Q grader stands for quality grader.
Not as cool as sommelier, we understand.
Way less cool of a word.
Welcome back to another week of Midlo Connect. I'm Justin Atterbury with Guild Mortgage.
I'm Audra Fowler with Rose Gold Realty Team.
Audra, why don't you tell everyone why we are super excited about this particular episode?
We found a hidden gem right here in Midlothian off of 287 and 9th Street, where coffee is royalty here at Moravian Coffee.
Let's get to know Carson and Joel.
I'm Joel Ajamoudi.
And I'm Carson Kidd.
And this is Moravian Coffee.
We started in Grand Prairie. We actually are from Oklahoma. And so we moved down here after college. We graduated in 2019, and then we moved here to start a roastery. We all three were in college at the same time. Me, Joel, and then Trent, our third business partner. We all went to the University of Oklahoma. I was studying computer engineering. Joel was doing graphic design, and then Trent was studying petroleum engineering. So we were kind of all over the place. Nothing to do with coffee. But as we were kind of like progressing through college, we all realized that we weren't passionate about our degrees. At the time, we were really passionate about a few things, like building community within our like college ministries and friend groups and mission trips. We had all gone on different mission trips in college that really impacted us. And then coffee, we were always at coffee shop.
And we learned like how nerdy you can be with coffee. And so the fact that you can be in something and constantly learn, and there's kind of not like an end goal to it, was really exciting for us because we really like the sciencey quality side of things. And so we're like, how do you make the best cup? And so we quickly realized like, oh gosh, engineering, graphic design, it sounds fine, but it's not the thing that like made our, hearts tick or made us excited.
It was probably sometime in 2020 we learned about Lighthouse Coffee, which that's who it was before us. And we just basically set up a meeting with them to become their wholesale coffee provider because we were just roasting at the time. So we met with the manager and the owner of Lighthouse Coffee, and long story short, we started selling coffee to them.
Yeah, so Dan's the pastor's name, and he approached me and he looked really serious, and I'm like, oh gosh, he's not happy with us. And so he's like, hey Joel, like, do you guys have any plans for, the next step of Moravian? And I was like, well, I mean, we want to open up a coffee shop, and we've been trying to, but with COVID, and we just kept on like looking for people to partner with, and we kept on running into dead ends with that. And so I was like, let me talk to my partners and see what we can come up with. So when I talked to Carson and Trent, we were like, dude, guys, this is like a golden opportunity for us. And so we talked to Dan again, and we were like, what if we brought the roaster in here? We roasted from here, and then we also took over the coffee shop, and pretty much immediately he said yes.
We do have such a big space where we have plenty of seating. People can do Bible studies, they can have school meetings, they can study sessions, and we have the room to host all of that. So it's been a lot of fun.
What sets us apart from our competition is having two engineers roasting your coffee on like really good equipment really can separate you apart, because roasting is an art, but it's also a science. And so the more and more you understand the science aspect of it, and you understand like roasting curves and how to make adjustments to roast your coffee correctly, because you can't just throw coffee in a roaster and it just comes out like perfect. There's a lot of things that you have to do, kind of like baking cake or baking brownies or something like that. There's things you can do in the baking process that will make the best brownies or the best cake, and similar to that is roasting. And so I would say having Carson and Trent be our roasters, they're really, I was gonna say nerdy, but intelligent when it comes to that. Yeah. So that's one of the things, but also just the coffees we source are just absolutely phenomenal. So every coffee we get is considered specialty grade. So that's specialty grade coffee is scored 80 and above, and anything under that is not specialty coffee. So we only use like the best coffees in the world. And we're really experimental. And so some of the coffees we're bringing on, even coffees that are coming in today, are like the newest innovative coffees in the industry that are just coming on the scene that are very, very exciting. So I would say the coffees we source and then who's roasting it are very important.
You can press one button on your Keurig and get a cup of coffee, or you can, study the, how water flows through porous coffee at a certain flow rate And so we definitely are on that, you know, super nerdy, scientific experimental side.
Yeah.
And we try to do all of that stuff so like you guys, you know, the customers don't have to.
Right.
And then we can just present you guys with the best cup of coffee out there. Yeah, and that's really the beauty of being a roaster is, one, we have our shop here where we can use our own beans, but we also have the ability to sell to other coffee shops, bakeries, churches, businesses. I mean, honestly, any business that's going to use and serve coffee, we have the ability to partner with them. And so, yeah, we've been doing that side of things, the wholesale side of things since 2019. To give a reference, that scale, that 0 to 100 scale that all coffee's graded on, it's comprised of like 10 different categories. So it's like flavor. So all these categories you grade on 1 to 10, and then you add up the score, and that's how you get the score.
Yeah.
So you have flavor, you have aftertaste, you have the aroma, you have the mouthfeel, the acidity, so all these categories.
Sweetness,
and there's actually people, they're called Q graders. It's basically the equivalent of a sommelier with wine, where, you know, they basically taste and score these coffee. Q grader stands for quality grader.
Not as cool as sommelier, we understand.
Way less cool of a word. But yeah, so that's where this score's coming from. I would say like the stuff you see on like the grocery store shelves is probably between 25 and 50. We deal with only 80 and above, which I think is between 5 and 10% of all coffee in the world. So it's a very small percentage.
And it's cool because when you try specialty coffee, it kind of breaks your brain a little bit of like what coffee can taste like. Because we'll have people come here all the time and be like, oh, I want something black and bold and bitter, you know? It's like, well, bitterness is actually a defect of bad coffee. And it's not really a desirable thing in a lot of cases. And so when people try our stuff and they're like, oh, it's so smooth, I don't need cream and sugar, we're like, exactly, you know? And part of the logic too is like, if you're drinking this every day, why not make it good?
You know, I didn't realize there was so much that went into preparing a great cup of coffee.
You know, it's like they said, there's an art and a science to it that doesn't just make for a good cup of joe, but a really excellent start to your day.
The growth of the suburbs around Dallas-Fort Worth is inevitable. If you're looking to make a move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you would like more information on the opportunities available here in Midlothian or the surrounding areas, click the link below and let's schedule some time to chat. Thank you so much for joining us this episode on Midlo Connect. I'm Audra Fowler with Rose Gold Realty Team.
And I'm Justin Atterbury with Guild Mortgage. We'll see you next week. It's not a lot of room. What's up, girl? All right, you ready? Welcome back to another week of Dadgummit.
He's so excited.
So excited.
So excited. I'm excited.
I'm Justin Atterbury with Midlo Connect. Apparently that is hilarious.
I'm Justin Atterbury with Midlo Connect.
Oh, jeez. Ready?
Yes.
I can get through this now.
Okay. I lost my thought.
We found a hidden gem.
We found a hidden gem right here
Yeah.
in Mid. Okay.